Nobody's got a mantra like that. There's no place like home. And welcome to our home, and welcome to our own bed-in.
I am Yoko Ono, and this is the man I love, John Lennon.
That's right. For those of you neonates who weren't born until after the second season of American Idol aired, we used to be rather well known around here. I was in a little band called the Beatles, you may have heard of. And Yoko here, she took a lot of flack for breaking the group up, but that's really not what happened.
No, we are in love.
That's right. It was always just love. And all you need is love. Love and a little protest. And that's what we're here for tonight. We are protesting everybody going out on New Year's Eve. We think everybody should stay in bed.
Yes, we think everybody should stay in bed. Always just stay in bed.
That's right. If you're in bed, you can't make war. You can only make love, and that's not a bad thing. And anyway, if you go out on New Year's Eve, fellas, you know it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, and you may not get anything, if you know what I mean. It's not a sure thing.
And if you go out on New Year's Eve, you might get cold, and you might need to pee and not be able to find a bathroom.
That's right. And even if you do find the bathroom on New Year's Eve, who knows what's going on in there? No, stay home and watch the Monsterberg Awards, because that's going to be on New Year's Eve, the second annual Monsterberg Awards. And who'd have thought there'd be two after that first one, would you? Not me. Anyway, Davey has very kindly asked us to read the names of the nominees for one of the categories of this year's DMAs, as they're known, the Monsties, because the Oscars were taken. That's trademarked, I can't even say it, but there I said it anyway. And it's not giving us one of those daft categories that he's got, like most likely to take a picture of their own turd and send it in on the internet. No, David's given us to read a beautiful category, really.
Yes, a monster piece category.
Monster piece, that's right. Monster piece, that's a bit of a pun. It's not as good of a pun as hair piece was, but you know, God gives you lemons, you make lemonade. But nothing to do with lemonade. Our category tonight that we're reading the names for is the sweetest male and female.
Yes, because sometime you might be on Facebook and see a monster with very, very long hair. A very hairy, scary monster. But if you look deeper, if you talk to monster, if you get to know monster, you might find out that monster has the sweetest heart.
That's right. So, for all of you sweethearts out there in Monsterberg land, we're going to read the nominees for the sweetest male and female. Now, I've just been handed this list from jail, from Julian Assange of WikiLeaks, and now that he's in the slammer, he's got nothing better to do than to work for Davey and keep his names secure and safe from prying eyes. But we're going to reveal them to you now for the very first time. So, my love, would you read the names of the men?
Yes, sweetest male monster nominees: Riley Pearson, Rico L. Cameron, John McCormick, Victor Del Mar, Francis Ta'ua, and Jason Holland.
Those are some very sweet men, especially that Ta'ua. Sounds like he could be Samoan. You never know what they're going to do to you. Don't cross them up. Just a word to the wise. And now I'm going to read you the names of the women who've been nominated as the sweetest female on the Monsterberg thread, but none of them comes close to my angel. I'll read them anyway. They are Jackie Lynn Owen, Joni Taylor Coate, Joni with an I. You remember the Joni that I used to know? Lisa Young, Carrie Lynn Rodriguez. That's another one. That's three with three names. 3 times 3 is 9. That's a very lucky thing. Princess Wendela, who's also known as Wendy Lieberman. Don't we want to go to Neverland with Wendy? And then, last but certainly not the least, Joyce Marcel. And those are your nominees.
Congratulations! I bow because that is Japanese.
And I'm just going to sit up because I just want to say that if you didn't hear your friend's name on the list, it's probably just because you didn't pay enough people to call up Davy and put their names on the list. Anyway, the only thing we want you to do is stay in bed until New Year's Eve and watch the Monsterberg Awards.
Yes, watch the Monsties on TV.
Well, I don't think you're going to be seeing the Monsterbergs on CNN or NBC, but I think they run them on something called the Worldwide Interweb or some such crap. I don't know what they call it. Facebook, that's right. You think you invented Facebook? We've had Facebook up in heaven for years, but the only difference is up there, everybody is everybody else's friend. And there's no unfriend button in Facebook heaven, nor is there a dislike button. Can you believe that? So we're going to stay in bed. That's what we recommend. I may never get out of bed.
Yes, join our bed-in revolution and stay in bed on New Year's Eve and watch the Monsties.
And now we want to wish you peace and love. And we wish you'd get out of here because we're going under the covers now, unless you're really into watching. I know a lot of people are, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we'll be back another time, and we'll tell you all about it. Anyway, oh, this is black. Bye-bye. This is nice. Oh, yes.